It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. We are here dead early on another marvelous Monday. We'd like to thank you all for joining us. My name is Mark Daniels and I will be your solo host for today. Yes, I am here by myself. How the song go? I don't need nobody else. I can play by myself. So let's see how long they give me the reins. I'm enjoying having you all to myself as we meet up dead early every Monday and Friday morning. Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. For the sports enthusiasts, there was a lot to take in. Firstly, I had the Dolphins lose. Man, condolences to all the Dolphins out there. I had even the backup quarterback was in for the Niners. Dolphins, I know, I understand. The journey is long, but we can get there. We can get there. Keep encouraged. Be encouraged. We also had the first set of games for the Caribbean Baseball Cup happening at the new Andre Robinson Stadium. The Bahamas came out the gate with a win, the first win against USVI 4-3. Congratulations to Team Bahamas. Keep up the good work. Looking forward to more matches happening this week. If you're watching the World Cup, quick run by. U.S. lost to Netherlands. England beat Senegal. Argentina beat Australia. And what was another big game? I'm missing one. France beat Poland. So it's heating up in the round of 16. So make sure you pay attention to all the wonderful games this week because it continues, right? If you were out and about, there were other events going on. You might have been to Night of Love. You might have been to watch Barris perform. Take your date out there. Have yourself a good night. I heard it was a wonderful event. And just so many things going on the weekend. Maybe some of you just took the time to relax. I know the Christmas season is approaching. The wind is shifted. It's all cold. Like this morning is still double blanket weather. Double blanket, 2 socks in the time. So if you're still laying in bed, wrap up in the sheets, I totally understand that 100%. You know, once the weather shifts like this, it starts to make you think of, okay, Christmas is approaching. Now it's time to start thinking about gifts for most of us. Now, you might be one of those people who had all your gifts purchased from the summer. Good job to you. That's not me. Or maybe you're one of those persons that had everything purchased at Black Friday, sitting in your cart, ready to go. That's not me either. Maybe you're one of those people that are waiting until New Year's Eve, but let me tell you, Maura's toy whirling around and midnight madness with John S. George ain't around no more. So you got to figure out how to get these gifts out. But it's tough out there. So as we approach this Christmas season, this holiday season, for those who are giving and receiving gifts, remember, ain't everybody got it this year. It's been a rough year. The prices are going up. So be one of those people that maybe expect a Christmas card that's handwritten, that comes from the heart. Maybe a visitation from someone. Maybe it's a small meal. Look out for those small gestures and not the big gifts, because ain't everybody got it. And don't make people feel bad if they can't get you the $1,000 gift that you want. Ask Santa about it and see if Santa brings it. Anyway, we're so excited for the holiday season, and we're also excited for today's show. We'll be talking with Dr. Ancelino Davis of Science in Perspective, which is a wonderful organization. He's going to tell us what he's been up to. We're also going to find out what Margaritaville has in store for the Christmas season. We'll also be hearing from Kimberly Miners and Eunice Perpal about the Child Evangelism Fellowship Bahamas. And we'll hear about how you can use Sand Dollar to make your donations to the Salvation Army this year. All this and more, but let's check in on weather first with Brother Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Mark, and good morning, Bahamas. And your first look at weather at sunrise. High pressure and other dominance across the islands. So you have some pretty good weather across the islands. We do have approaching a weak frontal boundary that could trigger off a couple of showers, particularly with Grand Bahama and Abaco, over the next couple of days. In the weather today, lots of sunshine and warm. Slight chance of a couple of showers, maybe with Grand Bahama and Abaco. Still a little breezy over the central southeastern islands. High temperature 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, a few patchy clouds around. Slight chance for colorful showers, nighttime showers with Grand Bahama and Abaco. Your low temperature going down to 71 degrees Fahrenheit. And some regional highs and lows across the Caribbean. Barbados 85 and 76. In Jamaica 87 and 77. In Trinidad 87 and 72. And the Turks and Caicos Islands 85 and 72. Across North America, Atlanta 69 and 57. In Raleigh 60 and 51. In Miami 80 and 72. Dallas, Texas 77 and 59. And Toronto, Canada 41 and 40. As we go the week, yes, that high pressure will continue to dominate the weather across our islands. So you're looking at partly sunny skies, warm temperatures, slight chance of passing shower. The temperature daytime will be in the upper 80s, at nighttime in the lower 70s. That puts you up on your first look at weather sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. Joining us this morning is my good friend, Dr. Ancelino Davis from Science in Perspective. He recently led a session at New York University's Environmental and Racial Justice Network Symposium, and his session was entitled Teaching from the Margins: How International Students and Scholars Can Add Racial and Environmental Justice to Study Abroad. Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise, Dr. Davis.
Good morning. Thank you. It's good to be back in studio and good to talk to you again.
Yeah, always good talking to you. I always learn so much from you. I'm glad you brought the hat. For those who don't know, this is the hat. If you know Lino, this hat, how long this hat been around? Where this hat done been?
This is the second hat, and this hat has been to, I think, about 8 countries so far.
Yes.
The other one, the original, is the one that has been to 13 countries. I've been lost at sea with it and stuff like that.
There you go, right?
But this is my bird in hat.
I love it. I love it. Well, we're glad to have you on this morning. So we want to talk about this symposium that you were a part of. First, tell us what was the symposium about, and what was it like to participate?
So the Environmental and Racial Justice Network, we really discuss how we can make the entire world, and especially academia, more just for people of color and people of indigenous or backgrounds that are not empowered in typical environments. At the symposium, we were really focusing on how we can bring that into academia and teaching. And for my session, I really focused on study abroad, where international students are visiting our communities in the Bahamas, in the Caribbean, indigenous people's communities, and how we can have that be mutually beneficial so that they're not just learning about us and taking things away, but they contribute to our communities or share in the learning and teaching process.
How have you seen this process or this teaching format assist with exposing international students to what you mentioned, the social and racial issues happening in these environments?
So in my time, I've studied at 2 universities in the United States. And at one of those, I was blessed with the opportunity to actually deliver or develop international study abroad opportunities for the students that brought them to the Bahamas. And to a person, all of those students said that having me as a Bahamian on the program, delivering that program, enriched their experience or gave them a perspective that they would not have had if it was just the professor. And then for the professors, they also appreciated my ability to bring my network. We have 1,400 members in Beings, right? Bahamians educated in natural and geospatial sciences. And by being able to bring them in and interact with Bahamian people who are doing the conservation work in country into that class, it changes the whole playing field for those students and teachers.
Do international students and scholars who participate in studying abroad face any challenges or limitations?
Yes, most definitely. And in my presentation, I talked not only about a U.S. student coming to study abroad, but then what does it feel like for me as a Bahamian student learning in a U.S. university and then coming to the Bahamas on a study abroad. And it's interesting because I did study abroad from my foreign universities coming to the Bahamas, and some of the teaching that the teachers were providing, I had to, actually challenge them like, hey, this is not up to date. Or what you're teaching for the last 30, 40 years has changed in Bahamian culture and community. And you see the old photocopies that they have inside their handouts and stuff. And it can be a challenge for international students coming. I had a student that I was the first Bahamian she ever met, but when she got here, she said she didn't expect everyone to be black.
Wow.
Because when we asked them to Google the Bahamas, they don't see our faces. And so making sure that you have a Bahamian or a native person able to help to curate that experience and the academic information that they're receiving can be very important.
Tell us how, as a Bahamian student or a student of color traveling abroad, studying abroad in the United States, in Europe, what are some of the difficulties they face when it comes to racial and social justice?
So one of the most impactful experiences that I think I had with a class was traveling through U.S. Customs, leaving the Bahamas. So I'm a person of color. I've taught these students for 10 days. We have 2 weeks in the Bahamas, and every time I pass Mark Daniels in the road, people are hailing and people shouting your name and stuff like that, and they think that's just what's going on. So I actually got detained by U.S. Customs going back to the U.S. And my entire class and my co-instructors, they were waiting for the plane, and they were like, Lino's gonna miss the plane. But in their minds, they didn't really think that I'd gotten detained. They thought I was just talking to people, right? And then I had another experience with an international student. Myself and the student were the only 2 international people on the trip. And we had 1 black student, and everyone else was white. And before we came down, I said, when we go through customs, we have all this camera gear. It's most likely that I, as a black man of a certain age, and this student as an international person, we're gonna get searched. You guys, because you have US passports, you're probably gonna slide through. And this is some racial justice that we're gonna talk about. And everyone's like, no, that's not gonna happen. It's random search. And then as me and the student get pulled aside, we both look at each other with the knowing, and I'm like, I hope I prepared you
Yeah.
for this. And then we look at the other students, and they're all like doing the walk of shame. You know what I mean? And so it was a really impactful experience, and we had to debrief after that. But it can be really powerful in the moment if you prepare them for it as a learning experience.
I had the opportunity to tune into some of the lectures during the symposium. Tell us about some of the topics that were discussed, especially ones related to, there was one on landfills, pesticide use, and how we see racial and social injustice being experienced in those avenues.
So throughout history, there have been the haves and the have-nots. A lot of times those have-nots were people of color, right? And because of that, there are areas where people of color are forced to live in a certain area. That's why Over the Hill is called Over the Hill. You had to go over the hill to go home in the night because you ain't supposed to be downtown if you have a certain skin color. But then those areas are where the refuse and the waste were taken because they didn't want it inside the pretty areas, right? You have lots of dump sites that Bahamian people, internationally people of color, indigenous people, they have oil lines running through their land. Their wetlands are being polluted. Their water resources are being polluted. Everyone knows about the issues with Flint, Michigan. And here in country, we're thinking about where are the fisheries resources? How far does a Bahamian fisherman have to go? If oil rights were sold, right, who would have to pick up the tab when there's an oil spill? And thinking about things like this is where the environmental justice really comes to play. The people who are living in the space should have the right to the environmental resources. They should have the right to be able to learn about it and make the decisions accurately, right? And so that's a lot of what we were talking about, and it went from pesticide use, the pesticides that they can make in the States but cannot sell it there, but they can sell it in the Bahamas, right? And then in the Bahamas, we're spraying it all over everything, right?
Right.
Or we're selling it on the corners and stuff like that. And in the Bahamas, we're so close to the water table, everything's in the water. And so we have like indiscriminate well drilling, and where does the commercial side meet the environmental side? And someone's getting paid for all of this stuff, but how much do we have to pay in the future? Not just in money, but our health, our lives, and our livelihoods.
It was definitely an eye-opening symposium, and for me, it just spoke to issues I wouldn't have readily thought about. Landfill placement, as you mentioned, the gentrification issues in the United States and elsewhere. And I really enjoyed your presentation because I was at Miami University when you were putting together that study abroad program and was able to see the impact of that in real time. So as we wrap up, if persons want to find out more about Science in Perspective, find out more about your talk, or invite you to come and speak at any event, how can they find you?
But most definitely look for the website, scienceandperspective.com, and you can find me throughout social media at Sci Perspective, SCIPERSPECTIVE. And also just look for me all across social media or Google me. If you can spell my name, I'm probably the easiest person to find on the internet.
Or look for the hat, people. This is the only hat around like this. Dr. Antonino Davis, I'd like to thank you again. Also look out for his birding photo guides. It's going to be out soon for all the amateur and professional birders out there. Very handy guide. You can check out Lino for that.
Yes. And in January, we'll actually be bringing some students from the U.S. down from Miami University's Project Dragonfly, and we're looking forward to that. And they're going to experience the islands of New Providence and Abaco, and we're going to talk about environmental and racial justice surrounding Dorian and climate change.
Fantastic. Looking forward to that. Keep up the great work, Dr. Davis. Thanks again for coming on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you for having me.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
With so much going on in the world today, only accepting cash at your business can be risky. Let Fidelity offer you and your customers safety, convenience, and the flexibility of a fixed or mobile terminal. Take it with you, on the move and on the go, because business should never stop. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit us at any of our branches.
Attention customers, next Tuesday, a major hurricane will cause complete confusion and chaos throughout the entire Bahamas. Water, phone, and internet services will be in short supply. Definite data loss is expected to all local and Family Island businesses.
Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. Be ready with push-to-talk service that keeps you connected with your workforce with a simple push of a button. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Island.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, local international banks that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
Welcome back. So we're in the festive season, and this is a time for authentic connections, and we're joined this morning by Tiffany McDonald, Sales and Marketing Coordinator at Margaritaville, and we're looking forward to all the great things happening in Margaritaville. Good morning, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, everybody. I'm happy to be here this morning and talk about Margaritaville Beach Resort, Nassau. Yeah. Of course, this is an open invitation for everyone to learn about our beautiful property. We have so many things going on this festive season, and this is the perfect opportunity for persons who have not yet experienced Margaritaville Beach Resort, Nassau to come on and have a wonderful or a festive holiday season.
Well, I can definitely say that from the outside, driving past, it looks beautiful.
Absolutely.
I'm loving the lights on the palms. We drove past the other night with my children. They were fun. They were in awe over the lights.
Yeah. Actually, on December 1st, we would have had our tree lighting ceremony where we would have had the Honorable Philip Davis come and a lot of dignitaries. We had our corporate guests, we had our locals, we had our new and hopefully potential guests that were there. We have a live, it was a very exciting experience for everybody. We had schools there, they were playing on the drums. These kids, I mean, they got this tall and they raking and scraping. It was a beautiful experience, Mark. You should have been there.
I know. Shame on me. So I missed the tree lighting. Tell me what else is happening this festive season.
So on the 16th, the 17th, and the 18th, we have photos with Santa, and it's open to the public. So we ask you to come on out, bring the family, bring the kids.
Bring the kids.
And you want to take photos with Santa. Of course, this will be in our lobby area, which we will make very festive. It's our Christmas village, okay? And then we're going to move down to the 22nd, where we're going to actually have our Christmas holiday in our, how can I say this? We're going to decorate our one particular harbor lawn where we're going to have live music, entertainment. We're going to have wines, hot chocolate. And this is going to be free for children 15 and younger. And then for adults, it's a small fee of $25 with a complimentary drink. So it's definitely something to do.
Definitely. Is this the Jolly Fest?
Yes, absolutely.
So Jolly Fest on December 22nd.
Yes.
Tell me what else happened. I heard about Santa being somewhere around the resort.
Absolutely. So that would have been prior to. So on the 16th, on the 17th, and on the 18th is Santa. And then our Jolly Fest will be the 22nd.
Yes.
And then, of course, let's make our way down and talk about Christmas. Just want to let everyone know what's going on. So on the 25th, you can come on down. You can have breakfast in Vacation Cafe. which is a wide spread. Then, of course, if you're brunch type, brunch is everything right now in the season. So we want you to come to JWB and enjoy our Christmas brunch. And then you want to come back that evening. So I'm suggesting you just stay at the resort.
That sounds like you just need to get a room, right?
Just stay there.
From the 16th straight to New Year's, we staying at Margaritaville, right?
Let's talk about the Diamond Glow New Year's
Let's
party.
hear about it.
It's somewhere you want to be. Of course, Margaritaville, our water park, it provides a variety of things to do. We're going to have it lit, okay?
I love it,
It's
I
going to glow.
love
It's
it.
going to glow. Of course, we are going to have the countdown. We're going to have hors d'oeuvres, drinks, music, live DJ, live entertainment. And like we said, we're doing this outside. We're doing it grand. And then, of course, we're going to have some fireworks. So this is definitely the time that you want to come down to Margaritaville Beach Resort, Nassau.
I'm ready to put my booking in now.
And then we have for the kids.
Yeah.
So don't leave the little ones home.
What's
we
happening?
have Icons Entertainment Center where you can bring your kids and you're going to drop them off to Icons, and we have a movie theater, we have a bowling area, we have game stimulators, we're going to have a concession stand. Of course, we're going to have everything a kid wants before the new year starts, okay? So all the sweets, all the hamburgers, the french fries, it's a kid's paradise going on.
It sounds so. I'm getting a little hungry hearing that.
Exactly. We have early seating as well as we have late seating. So if you were to come for the late seating at JWB, you will have the opportunity to come to our New Year's Eve party complimentary. I did say that. And then we want you to come to our early seating. The price is very reasonable for what we have to offer. It's a 3-course meal. You can get either some surf and turf, you can get some grouper. It's definitely a good variety.
And of course, some margaritas, right?
Of course. And the secret
Margaritas
to
for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Absolutely. Now, you asked me a question when we first start. What's the secret to good margarita?
Yeah, what's the secret to good margarita? Let me know.
You gotta come down.
The secret is go to Margaritaville and drink it there. So tell me, if I wanted to stay at Margaritaville, are there any promotions going on in terms of local staying, or how do we arrange to stay during some of these events?
Next week we are aiming to our local guests, and we're gonna offer a spectacular, or what we would say a fantastic rate. So we want persons to definitely keep in tune for that rate that's going to come out, and for that reason you will definitely get a pre-invite to see what we're talking about for the festive season. All right, so next week we are going to advertise in terms of our local rate, but we want you to call our call center, and we're able to give you the best rate available right about now.
Yeah, and for those who ain't pick up on it, if you stay there for New Year's, you have a front row seat to getting downtown for Junkanoo.
Absolutely.
So you can party at Margaritaville and then you can
down the bay.
walk right down the bay and go and love yourself, right? So tell me, for persons who've never been to Margaritaville, they've driven past it, they've seen it built, and they've yet to come there. Why should we come to Margaritaville? What's the draw there?
Well, one of the biggest aspect of our resort is how it's centrally located, as you say. And for that reason, it's one of the newest properties, and we call it the crown jewel of downtown Nassau, okay? And with that being said, we have our Fins Up Water Park, where you're greeted with our lazy river. We have our slides, a fantastic view of the tranquil waters, I would say. If you haven't visited our spa, yes, we have a spa, Sing Summer Spa, no obstructed views. So you're able to get service, that being a facial, a body massage, a pedicure, manicure, all of these services in our tranquil spa. And like I said, you have complete view of the ocean. All of our rooms at Margaritaville face the ocean. So there's no reason you cannot wake up to sun, sand, and sea.
It is a beautiful view there. Good.
Of course, then we have our dining options. So we have Vacation Cafe, which opens for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can go to Joe Merchant and grab yourself a coffee. You can have your business meetings with us. We do have meeting rooms available. So we have our ballroom, which is our largest meeting room. And then, of course, we have smaller breakout rooms. So we are the perfect location for all of your Christmas parties that are coming up.
That's true.
And like I said, we do have JWB, which is our prime restaurant. All right. Have you ever?
I've been to Margaritaville for a function in the conference room. We've had some of the food there. It was great.
Okay.
I've been there for some meetings.
Okay.
The coffee is good.
Okay.
The views are good, but I haven't been there with the family, with my kids
You
to
have to.
enjoy the fullness of it all. But now I feel as though.
Well, Mark, I'm
Hey.
extending this to you and all of our locals. Please come down to Margaritaville and experience everything that we have to offer to our guests.
I love it. I love it. Tell me a little bit more about the spa because I've been feeling tight in my back and tight in my neck. What does the spa have to offer?
So the spa, we offer Swedish massages, we offer reflexology, we offer, if you want to come actually and purchase a spa pass, which I think the wife would enjoy.
She
just
would.
bring it up. And they do offer gift certificates. So what you want to do is you're going to come down to Margaritaville. We are a cashless property, ladies and gentlemen. And with that being said, with the spa passes, you're going to come and enjoy our co-ed room where you're able to get drinks, enjoy the hot tub, and relax. I think relaxation is very important this Christmas season. And then if you want to take it up a notch, we do offer facials. We have a men's locker room, which has a spectacular view. And then, of course, we have our ladies. And if you'd like to get a couples massage done, feel free to ask. That is also something that we offer. And then once you're staying there, we would be happy if you would dine in our VIP room where we offer light breakfast. We have hors d'oeuvres and snacks throughout the day. And then also we have dinner. It's an introductory rate, but it's something you can't beat. It's unlimited drinks. It's unlimited food. The atmosphere is absolutely relaxing. You can get some work done, or you can just enjoy the view.
Man, I am sold. I am ready to book my room now. For all of our viewers, tell us how they can find out more information about the specials and the events you have going on this festive
Well, if
season.
you're in the area, please do stop by Margaritaville. We do have an open door policy. All of our staff are there to help you. Or if you can call 242-603-8400, and anyone will pick up the phone, me especially, will be there to assist you with any of your questions, with booking our New Year's Eve party, with room reservations. If you want to come for the day, we do offer day passes. So we have day passes, we have spa passes, and like I said, our meeting rooms, we do have enough availability. It's filling up, but we're here to accommodate corporate, families, singles, and especially our local market.
I love it. I love it. Tiffany McDonald, thank you so much for coming on the show this morning.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Sales and Marketing Coordinator at Margaritaville. I'm ready to go check in now.
Please.
And definitely stay in there during New Year. Sounds like a great idea. I could get the party, the food, the fireworks, and the Junkanoo.
Or you can come to our Jolly Fest as well. So
And the Jolly
please,
Fest.
ladies and gentlemen, so much to do.
So much to do. So we'd like to thank you again. I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to all the wonderful things Margaritaville has to putting on this Christmas season.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
You're watching Moms at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
The Euro device is very affordable. It allows you to increase your internet connectivity. You are able to do away with the buffering, say goodbye to the dead spots. It gives them a much more stable connection. Their customers are able to view their digital menus. The establishment is able to stream. It allows for everyone, the customers and the business operators, to have a much more robust and stable internet connectivity.
One thing, two things, blue thing, all things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
The islands of the Bahamas. Fly away.
Welcome back, and you are here with us dead early on a marvelous Monday here on Bahamas at Sunrise. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. My name is Mark Daniels. I'm your host for today. We've had a wonderful first half of the show. We were able to speak to Dr. Davis about his presentation at a session that was touching on racial and social justice when it comes to the environment and the sciences. For those of us who are trained formally in the sciences, we can see some of the disparity that occurs, whether it's in the naming of species, whether it's in who's cited and as the originator of certain information. As we said earlier, where landfills and other decisions get made with regards to the person's indigenous cultures that are around. And so it opens up a wider conversation on how we need to be more aware of how science actually benefits the people in these indigenous communities, and I just love that talk. And we also had a chat with Tiffany McDonald at Margaritaville. Sounds like I need to go check into Margaritaville now, because they have all types of events, lots of fun things happening this festive season. You can go and you can book a room, you can go to Jolly Fest, go sit in Santa's lap, take photos. They got the New Year's party, and you can go downtown and catch Junkanoo afterwards, so make sure you check out Margaritaville. We're talking about Junkanoo. I'm excited. I don't know if you're all excited about Junkanoo. I know we got Diwali. I keep seeing the flyers going out where they have practice on the east end of Potter's Key Dock. I got to sneak out there one of these Sundays. Saxons, I know you're up and coming one family. I got to shout out Genesis Warhawks. I hear they coming this year to take one of the top spots. They've been steadily improving. Great music, great team. Roots, we know you're ready as always. And so looking forward to all the category A and B groups as we get ready for the Boxing Day Junkanoo coming up in a few weeks. I see the lineup is going out. All the Junkanoo heads out there, get ready, because they come in and we ready to hit bay. So we have a wonderful second half of the show coming up. We'll be hearing from Kimberly Miners and Eunice Perpal about the Child Evangelism Fellowship Bahamas. And we're also going to find out about how you can use Sand Dollar to make contributions to the Salvation Army this year. All this and more, but let's find out what's happening with weather with Brother Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Mark, and good morning, Bahamas. Your second look at weather at Sunrise. High pressure continues to be the dominant feature. It's weakening as it's moving towards the east. You notice those winds have decreased over the last 24 hours. Had a windy weekend in store, but the rest of the week it was going to be pretty light, but you still have some swells out there. Those swells could cause some rip currents and also have some rough sides for you small craft operators. And you have a weak frontal boundary to the north that could trigger off pockets of some showers over the extreme northwest part of Grand Bahama Abaco over the next couple of days. In the marine forecast today, those winds northeasterly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, with the northwest Bahamas, 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet, for the central and southeastern islands. On Tuesday, northeast to east at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet in northwest Bahamas, 15 knots, seas 3 to 5 feet over the central and southeastern islands. And then on Wednesday, so it's easterly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet over the northwest Bahamas, northeast to east at 15 knots, sea 3 to 5 feet over the central and southeastern islands. Your tides. Currently you have a high tide at about 5:36 this morning. Your next low tide will be at 2 minutes past midday. High gain this evening at 5:49. Sunset 5:19 this evening. Rising more at 6:41. UV index 8. Your water temperature 78 degrees Fahrenheit. And your moon phase now moving towards the full moon. Your extended look. High pressure continues to be the dominant feature across the islands with some light winds, but for the most part, partly sunny skies, warm temperatures, slight chance of a passing shower, though temperature daytime will be in the upper 80s, at nighttime in the lower 70s. That puts wrapping up final look at weather at Sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Godfrey. The Child Evangelism Fellowship Bahamas is inviting you to join them as they strive to reach quite a number of children in this Christmas through hosting a series of Christmas parties. And talking to us about this is Kimberly Miners, chairman of the National Board and trainer for the Christmas Party Clubs, and Eunice Perpal, Child Evangelism Fellowship Bahamas national leader. Good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
I got you all mixed up, right?
No, you got it right.
I got it right?
All right, you got it right. Good job.
So Kimberly, tell us, explain briefly what the CEF is all about.
Okay, Child Evangelism Fellowship is the largest children's organization in the world. We are in over 200 countries around the world.
Wow.
And we've been in the Bahamas for over 30 years. Wow. Actually, Child Evangelism Fellowship itself is over 85 years old. but we have been around for 30 years, and we actually had a wonderful celebration this year of those 30 years. And our goals are threefold. We evangelize children, we disciple them, and we establish them in local churches for Christian growth.
Wow. I initially thought it was a local organization, but you guys are international. You've been around, been doing wonderful work. There's a Christmas party training session that you have planned for this Thursday. Tell us a little about it.
Well, in Child Evangelism Fellowship, we are saying that wherever children are, we need to be. And so why not have a party during Christmas and tell them about the message of salvation? And so we are going around the islands and even in New Providence, training persons to conduct Christmas party clubs. So we show you how to conduct the lesson, the memory verse, the song time, and even the game time. And so that's what we've been doing, and we have been having great results doing that.
What exactly does the training entail, and who should participate?
Well, if you're in children's ministry, you should be there, because we are teaching you methodologies as to how to present this message, the message of salvation. And so once we have done that, you would have learned how to conduct a Bible lesson, the song time, the game time, and then we go a bit further. We tell you how to counsel children for salvation. We don't just leave it there, but you're giving a story. We want you to counsel the children who raise their hands after you would have done the invitation to accept Jesus Christ. And so that part is that's the most important part, to counsel the children who would have made a decision to accept Jesus Christ. So that's what we do.
Wonderful. How did this concept come about?
Actually, it was started in our international office, and one of the persons who really pushed it is our current president, Jeremiah Cho. And let me tell you something, this has been happening, like I said, in 200 countries around the world. And what we saw is in the Middle East, in particular last year, where a lot of those children have never heard about Jesus Christ. These party clubs were held, and last year, as a result, over 5 million children in that region gave their hearts to the Lord. But I want to expand it a little bit. Eunice is our national leader, and so she does a lot of training with children's workers. I'm the chairman of the board, and I've been participating. So I am saying to not just children's workers to be there, anybody who loves the Lord and wants to be a part of using this dynamic method to spread the good news. And guess what? It's fun. So we kind of get the kids in with a fun concept, and then we present the message of the gospel clear and simply to them. So any born-again believer is invited Thursday, 6 p.m. at New Mount Zion New Mount Zion Baptist Church. Pastor Stuart won't like that. It is Baptist, it is not Methodist.
Do you have a target number of children that you are striving to reach with these Christmas parties?
Yes. We want to reach 7,500 children with the message. And so we are saying to the persons who we are training, each one reach 5. Conduct 5 Christmas party clubs, and that will perhaps get us to the figure that we're looking at. But we want, when we train you, for you to go out and in your area, your gatherings during the Christmas holidays, you conduct a Christmas party club for 5 children. Wherever children are, on the park, at the schools, wherever they are, we want you to do as many as you can so that we can reach this goal. And it's not just a goal. We are going to reach these children for the kingdom. So it's more than just figures, it's reaching the children for the kingdom of God.
How important is it to host events like this for children, especially during the holiday season?
It is important because our children are definitely at risk. Especially in this season, we've seen 2 years of lockdowns, and we've heard of the rise of the suicides and depression among children. So this gives the children hope. This reminds them that, hey, you're loved eternally by the God who created all things. And you know what as well, Mark, we are blessed in this country that we can openly spread this message. So we want to take advantage of it, especially during the season, because the reason of the season really is not just a saying. Jesus truly is the reason for the season, and we get a chance to present that in a fun way and a life-changing way to the children of this nation. And by the way, we were in Andros yesterday doing some training, and yesterday they had a Christmas party club. 55 kids were in attendance. Oh, wow. And we heard that at least 16 of them came forth to say, hey, I'm interested in knowing more about this Jesus that you guys were telling us about.
So after doing these parties locally and internationally, what are some of the things that the children just love about these parties that tend to grab them, get their attention, and have a lasting impact?
They keep coming back because, first of all, the leaders are endearing. We love them, and then we tell them of God's love. And so, they're having a fun time, they're having a game time, exciting game time, and then we're telling them about the message of salvation. Jesus died, he was buried, and he rose again. So they keep coming back, and we keep inviting them, and we keep adding to the number of good news clubs and party clubs that we have all around the country, all around the world. So we have a good track record, 85 years of doing this.
Amen.
The experience, I'll tell you that. You got the experience. So tell us again, when and where will the training sessions be held, and how can we find out more information if we want to participate?
Okay, it's Thursday night. This Thursday is the last one for New Providence. This will be the 5th one we're having in New Providence. It's 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at New Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church. And of course, you can call our office as 325-7020. We're open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. every day. We love people stopping by. And by the way, Mark, what we didn't say is that we give all of the materials that's needed for the Christmas Party Club. Everything is contained in here. We show you how to do the games, how to present the gospel, how to do counseling, and it's all free. All the materials that we give for these Christmas party clubs are 100% free.
Wonderful, wonderful. So exciting to hear about this. 85 years strong, spreading the gospel throughout the Bahamas. We'd like to applaud you for your efforts and look forward to the training session this Thursday and hitting the goal of 8,000. We can go past 75. We go for 8,000.
Love it.
So I'd like to thank Kimberly Miners and Eunice Purpall for joining us this morning, talking about the Child Evangelism Fellowship, Christmas parties, training sessions, all the wonderful things. Thank you so much for the work you do, and we look forward to seeing you again on Mamas at Sunrise.
Thank you. We look forward to being here again. Thank you, Mark.
Thanks for being here. You're watching Mamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Nassau Agencies Limited is pleased to announce that we are in compliance with the new Price Control Drugs Amendment Regulations 2022. We continue to cooperate with the government as they seek to bring economic relief to our citizens and residents. Nassau Agencies Limited, distributors of Nature's Bounty vitamins and minerals, nutritionals Ensure, Glucerna, beef disinfectant spray, bark insect sprays, prescription drugs, and health and beauty aids. Nassau Agencies Limited, your quality assured pharmaceutical wholesaler.
Attention customers, next Tuesday, a major hurricane will cause complete confusion and chaos throughout the entire Bahamas. Water, phone, and internet services will be in short supply. Definite data loss is expected to all local and family island businesses.
Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. Be ready with push-to-talk service that keeps you connected with your workforce with a simple push of a button. Contact the experts today at 601-8911 in Nassau or 602-8811 in the Family Island.
Hi, I'm Ria Christina, and I'm super excited to be the new host of You and Your Money, a local international bank that has actually been closing some of their branches. It actually gives me an opportunity to share my views, my take on the financial matters. Even when we think about what's happening globally, we still have a lot of work to do in terms of having to educate business owners as to the importance, the economic impact, and how it is that we can look at improving the Bahamian economy. $1 billion. That's how much we spend every year importing food in this country. It also gives me an opportunity to have conversations, and that's meaningful conversations with thought leaders within our community, even having to see how it is that we can work together or even the opportunities that may exist for many Bahamians. So I'm excited to be here and looking forward to the great conversations that's to come.
Welcome back. I'm sure you're hearing the bells ringing already, and that's the sound of Christmas. The Salvation Army has some good news for you with digital wallets. You can now make your donations via Sand Dollar. Sheandra Newton has that story. Enjoy.
The Salvation Army Bahamas is now accepting Sand Dollar donations. The charity celebrated the launch of its Sand Dollar digital wallet by Omni Financial just in time for its annual Red Kettle fundraiser.
I'm rejoicing and happy to have to launch this Sand Dollar today in partnership with the central bank and Omni Financial, and we are encouraging all the people around, when you pass the kettle, to really please use your digital wallet and donate.
Divisional Commander Major Rudolph Mio first announced the addition of sand dollar donations at the kickoff ceremony for this year's Red Kettle fundraiser. He explained that the public can use any authorized digital wallet provider to donate sand dollars to the Salvation Army.
The digital version of the Bahamian dollar, Sun Dollar, is compatible with all authorized digital wallet in the Bahamas. These include Cash and Go, Island Pay, Canoe, Mobile Assist, MoneyMax, Omni, and Sun Cash, any of which can be downloaded from the Google Play and Apple App Store.
Jermaine Campbell, Currency Department Manager at the Central Bank of the Bahamas, which issues Sand Dollar, explained that Sand Dollar can be added to a digital wallet by connecting the wallet to a bank account, debit or credit card, or by loading cash at designated locations, most of which are managed by digital wallet providers. Campbell encouraged Bahamians to support the Salvation Army in its fundraising efforts.
Today, while we launch the first payment with digital currency here at the Salvation Army, it's not so much so about the digital currency, but more so about the Salvation Army and donating and giving. So I want to encourage all of the Bahamians out there who still have those sand dollars in their wallet to pass the kettle, scan your code, and donate to this worthy cause.
In his announcement, Major Mio shared that digital wallet users can donate sand dollars at over 30 locations during this year's Red Kettle campaign.
Each Salvation Army donation station will have a QR code that will allow anyone with a digital wallet to scan and donate in Sun dollars to the Salvation Army within seconds.
Omni Financial Business Manager Deirdre Andrews expressed delight in being selected as the Salvation Army's digital wallet provider.
As a wallet provider for Sand Dollar, this was a momentous occasion for us because it also signifies the oncoming of the Christmas holiday, and for this worthy cause. Every year they use this as a major fundraiser, and we're very grateful to be a part in being the chosen financial institution that can provide the Sand Dollar wallet for the Salvation.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem, just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
Salvation Army Bahamas is now accepting Sand Dollar donations. The charity celebrated the launch of its Sand Dollar digital wallet by Omni Financial just in time for its annual Red Kettle fundraiser.
I'm rejoicing and happy to have to launch this Sand Dollar today in partnership with the Central Bank and Omni Financial. And we are encouraging all the people around, when you pass the kettle, to really please use your digital wallet and donate
Divisional Commander Major Rudolph Mio first announced the addition of sand dollar donations at the kickoff ceremony for this year's Red Kettle fundraiser. He explained that the public can use any authorized digital wallet provider to donate sand dollars to the Salvation Army.
The digital version of the Bahamian dollar, Sun Dollar, is compatible with all authorized digital wallet in the Bahamas. This include Cash and Go, Island Pay, Canoe, Mobile Assist, MoneyMax, Omni, and Sun Cash, any of which can be downloaded from the Google Play and Apple App Store.
Jermaine Campbell, Currency Department Manager at the Central Bank of the Bahamas, which issues Sand Dollar, explained that Sand Dollar can be added to a digital wallet by connecting the wallet to a bank account, debit or credit card, or by loading cash at designated locations, most of which are managed by digital wallet providers. Campbell encouraged Bahamians to support the Salvation Army in its fundraising efforts.
Today, while we launch the first payment with digital currency here at the Salvation Army, it's not so much so about the digital currency, but more so about the Salvation Army and donating and giving. So I want to encourage all of the Bahamians out there who still have those sand dollars in their wallet to pass the kettle, scan your code and donate to this worthy cause.
In his announcement, Major Mio shared that digital wallet users can donate sand dollars at over 30 locations during this year's Red Kettle campaign.
Each Salvation Army donation station will have a QR code that will allow anyone with a digital wallet to scan and donate in Sun dollars to the Salvation Army within seconds.
Omni Financial Business Manager Deirdre Andrews expressed delight in being selected as the Salvation Army's digital wallet provider.
As a wallet provider for Sand Dollar, this was a momentous occasion for us because it also signifies the oncoming of the Christmas holiday, and for this worthy cause, every year they use this as a major fundraiser, and we're very grateful to be a part and being the chosen financial institution that can provide the Sand Dollar wallet for the Salvation Army at this time.
While cash donations are always welcomed, Major Mio believes digital wallets will make donating easier this year.
In the past years, you would have seen that majority of people who would have donated to the Salvation Army is people who donated cash. And you know, cards came in, we had some challenges because the machine to swipe, and sometimes people are not being willing to trust the card and so forth. But when the people are now passing the Red Kettle, they may not have cash on them, but they can use their digital wallet and to donate to the Salvation Army. It makes it a much easier and safer way to donate to the Salvation Army.
Jermaine Campbell shared similar sentiments about the benefits of using a digital wallet and Sand Dollar.
The risk of pilferage or other things or robbery, is mitigated from that aspect. And so, from an operational standpoint, a cost efficiency, it requires less physical management. It's wireless, it's digital, it's safe, it's secure. The funds go into a wallet and it's an overall more efficient process versus the cash alternative.
To kick off Sand Dollar donations for this year's Red Kettle fundraiser, the central bank made a donation of its own. Campbell donated $2,500 on behalf of the bank to help the Salvation Army meet this year's fundraising goal.
This year we have a goal of $250,000. This will allow us to contribute to share the love as to at least 1,000 families across the islands. Put a smile on many kids' faces by providing new Christmas toy, as well as providing personal care items, food basket to many families this Christmas. With your support, we can attain these goals.
Donations to the Salvation Army can also be made remotely using the Salvation Army's alias or custom name. In keeping with its philanthropic support, the Central Bank of the Bahamas will match sand dollar contributions during this year's campaign, which is themed Love Beyond Christmas.
One thing, two things. Blue thing, all things. Things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
And that's going to do it for us here on Bahamas at Sunrise. We've completed another edition of a marvelous Monday here with you all. We'd like to thank you all for joining us. As always, we're so grateful to have you in our company. And go forth and have a productive week this week. I know it's Monday, so it's time to hit the ball rolling. Go out and tackle that giant that you need to tackle. Go out and do something you've never done before. And one last assignment this week. I want to hear from our viewers who you got for Junkanoo. I want to hear for Boxing Day. So I need you all to drop in our comments on the Facebook page who is going to win this year's Boxing Day Parade. Category A, Category B, and the Little Rush Out groups are coming on the side. Let me know who you got for Boxing Day. Thank you again for joining us on Bahamas at Sunrise. Have a wonderful week.